Right, welcome back and welcome to another project. Here we have a 1992 Yamaha Fzr 600. Let's take a look at it. Right then, here you can see we have the Yamaha Fzr. And this has actually got 12 months MOT on it as from yesterday. It's not the best looking one, but it's tidy for its age. And this one actually come from a young chap that only has a C2 license, I believe it's called, and that's where this bike had to be restricted. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be removing the restrictors and putting it back to, I think with the restrictors in, I think it took it down to about 47 brake horsepower. And once we take these restrictors back out, it should put it, I think it's 91 horsepower. So we're going to get this in the polytunnel now on the table and start getting these restrictors out. Right, first of all, let's get it started up so you can hear it. This is from a cold start. So got the choke on. Right, as you can see there, it doesn't really like these restrictors in. And the chap was telling me who fitted them that he said that's your normal inlet, and what it's restricted down to is you'll barely get your finger through it. So let's take a look at these plates, and I'm surprised it even runs with this much restriction on it. So let's get it in there. Right then, so we're on the old lift now. So what we want to do, we want to be taking these two 10mm bolts out here, and also we want to be taking this seat off because we want to remove this tank. So let's just pop this down there for now, and then this main seat just lifts off like that, so we can get that out of the way. And it has had a new battery on. It looks like it needs a battery strap because someone's put that in there to stop the battery bouncing. So I will get one of them straps. They're only a few pence, not a lot at all. So yeah, so you've got your two 10mm bolts here, and then you've got your two crossheads there, which I'll be using my JIS screwdrivers for them. So I'm just going to take these 4 screws out, and then hopefully we can lift the tank away. Right, so that's them 4 screws undone. So hopefully when I lift this off, there should be a petrol pipe coming from the tank. Do I need to take the petrol cap off? I'm not sure. Something's still holding that. And I reckon I might have to take these screws out here. Let me just put that petrol cap in so I don't want to be breathing them fumes in. Let me just have a quick assess. Yeah, and I do believe we need to take these out, so give me a second while I whip them out. Right, I've been and got the drill bit because I can't find the bit for the... There we go. So we have got to remove this air box, which is, let's see, 4 screws there. And you can see that's nothing hardly in that at all. As good as new, that. So I just need to work out how this airbox comes off. So we've got 4 Jubilee clips holding the airbox onto the carburetors. So we'll just undo them, and hopefully that should just lift off them. Here we go. So a bit fiddly because it's got a little bung at the front there. And there we go. It's got a little breather pipe there. So that is the air box off. So we'll just bring you in there. That's the little bung there you have to pull out, and there's your breather pipe, and there's another breather pipe there, look. I don't think that was connected, and that would have come off of there, look, so we need to make sure that goes back on. So it all looks good in there. It's all original as well, which is nice to see. Right, a bit of progress. So as you can see, I removed the tank now, and I just took the bracing bar off of there that the tank was bolted to, and I lifted that right out. So what we're in with now is we need to get in between this block and the carburetors. So what I'm going to do now is, I don't know if you can see, but there's the little clips up here, these 4 clips, one on each tube. I need to undo them. Right, so that's them 4 clips undone, so hopefully we can break that off now, which looks like that. So that comes off just like that. Oh blimey, I'm surprised you can get anything through that. I'm surprised the bike even runs with them on. So let me just put them carbs out of the way, and let me bring you in here what I can see. Right, look at the size of them. They should be fully bored out, them, and that is the restrictor now. Look, can't even get your finger through that. So we're going to whip them out and we'll get them straight back to how it should be. So I think all we've got to do now is just lift that up. So as you can see, I've whipped that one out now, and you can see the difference in that. And here's the plate now. They just prise it open with a screwdriver and they just pull out. But yeah, look at the size difference in them. Crazy that. But that was just so that that lad could actually ride, because he hasn't got a full bike license. This is what you can do. So you get the looks of a big bike, but they restrict them down. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to whip the other 4 out, and it's a matter of reassembling it. So let me just get them out and I'll come back to you. Right, and as you can see, I've removed all 4 of them restrictors now. So it's the same principle as if you're restricting the bike. So you just get yourself to this stage again, and then you just lay the restrictors in there. There's a little groove there that they can slide in. So it's the same as fitting them or removing them, this process. But I've noticed these rubber jackets, I will have to order some more of them soon, as they're starting to just perish now. So once they go, they'll be letting air by as well, so the bike won't run properly either like that. So just make sure you get all your tubes out of the way that you need. We'll just get them. These are just overflows, these are. Make sure you're not catching any wires, and then you just push them down home and you should feel them click into place. And then just have a look under there just to make sure everything's where it should be. That's good, I'm happy with that. So now I'm just going to wind them screws back in, and I won't show you that because it's a tedious job. So let me just get them back in and I'll be back with you. Right, so I'm going to bring the tank back in now. And there was an electrical connector on here, so just remember to plug that back in. So that's that back in. You've got your overflow pipe that just runs down the side of your casing. I'll sort that out in a minute. And your fuel pipe, it goes just in between these 2 middle carburetors there. So let's get this in. Right, so I'm just doing this 10mm bolt back up. That ain't got to be too tight, just nip it up. So that's that up. Now I'm just going to connect this fuel pipe. Right, so we're just going to whiz these 2 10mm back in now. Right, so I'm going to put the airbox on now, and again that's just a matter of pushing it into the top of the carbs and just tightening these screws up, and remembering you've got your bung lug at the front there, so just put that in there like that, and you've got your 2 breather pipes. So let's get them all connected and this airbox fitted back on. That's that one in. I think that's got it, so I need my Phillips screwdriver now because they're all seated. The next step, we can put our air filter and lid back on. Just nip them down. Get them all started, then we'll just go round and nip them up. So yeah, it is a bit of a fiddly job, this, I ain't gonna lie. The fiddliest bit is the tank really. And getting that hose back on the airbox, the breather. There's just not a lot of hand room, you could say. So we've got that back now. Right then, so we've got our cover here. Let's take the petrol cap off again. Just sit that over the top. Just pop that there a minute until we get it drop back down where it should be. That's all there. So we can put the petrol lid back on. We'll get our two Phillips screws which come out of here. The screwdriver, JIS driver should I say, as I keep getting corrected in the comment sections. That's them two. We'll get our two 10mm bolts that bolt up the top of the in there. Let's get our ratchet. There we go. We've just got two bolts to go back in there, and they're on there. And there we go. So I've just got the seat cowling to put back on, and we'll give it a fire up. Right then, so I've got it back outside the workshop, and let's give it a go. Remember, it is a cold start, we've had the carbs off and all that, so it might take a second to kick into life, but we'll give it full choke. Let's see how it goes. Sounds a lot better. Before you couldn't rev it like that, it used to cut out. It sounds nice with that micron can on it and all. So there you go, that's how to de-restrict the Yamaha Fzr 600, and same way in reverse if you wanted to restrict it. So there you go, a little insight of how to do it. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And also, if you haven't seen the Amazon wishlist, there's a link down below. So we're going to leave it here for this little video, and until next time, we'll see you about.